G2. And it's FaZe starting on the attack. We didn't mention, but G2 has defense starting every single map here in the series. So 3 defensive first halves. Should we make it all 3 maps? And, well, we're stacked up as 5, and Dicey gonna try and lurk away from the squad and maybe play on the top side. Oh, no, actually, we're going quick here. How much util is set up for this? Nothing to stop the push onto site. BABYBAY's made it, and the rest of the team in tow here with Supa and Rossy.
Immediately the camera goes down, and the only one inside that Cypher has to play back, has to play for the retake. Is a 5v5 though, as a spike is able to get planted. FaZe just immediately taking control.
And Smoke's down to try and deny for now. BABYBAY out towards Arcade, a couple of kills back and forth thus far, but a good flash will stall this retake for just a moment as Rossy playing the flashes here on this one as the last one to get onto this B side, or at the very least cut off any avenues here. Whippie gonna toss up the first incendiary. Cages go up, and Dicey gonna be able to walk on here for free. Nope, not for free. Gonna get tagged by the trap wire. 3 players just behind him as well, and it's a discombobulated push onto the site, but they've got it for now. As an aftershock looks to stop the plant. Supa will get that one down safely. But G2 again in the driver's seat here in the retake. No, Rossy gonna turn the odds for just a second. We go back and forth, and Supa finds one with the incendiary. The long-range stinger from Penny can't quite collect the second. And somehow FaZe have managed to reel this one back into a 2v2. A player in Arcade, a player in Tower. ShahZaM gonna go push aggressively, but that Bulldog, it's all bark. No. Yeah, that's a great point. You get to hold on to that ult. You don't have to go ult for ult here. And this is the site hit now happening. BABYBAY to find the first. It's a complete crunch here on the B side. And, well, there's an orbital strike. Unfortunately, a bit of friendly fire. BABYBAY has to get out of dodge as the classics and stingers go good for a couple. But okay, never mind. Penny. Stinger in his hand, finds a couple of kills, flashes out, Spike is down. Now spotted Superman once more. It's a Stinger, it's a Bulldog. It's the 3-round burst from both sides, but Penny on the lesser end of the duel for now, or is he gonna try it? Once more, set their eyes on this B side, and hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. BABYBAY gonna lead the charge here. Smokes are down, concusses are out, and the site is, well, conceded.
I mean, the Neon as well, when you have that fast lane, it just makes that B entry so much quicker. We saw it from Optic a bunch of times last year, and we get to see it for FaZe once again, though. It's slowed down.
That hurts. Just getting spammed through the smoke. Rossy falls. That's one set of flashes down. BABYBAY down a tough spot. He's, well, actually in the worst spot on the map here. So much utility to be dumped out that way as the Neon continues to try and jiggle and bail himself out. dapr will net his 3rd on the round and poise once more, just like in the pistol, the last one standing. This one, however, FaZe haven't really... They haven't really flirted with the idea of playing the entirety of this map. They're happy to play all together, and, well, it's quick again once more. Unfortunately, those ultimates aren't going to clear out the site as nobody was home, and G2 now have a few to their name to try and retake.
And G2 just playing so far back because they know there's going to be the Rolling Thunder available. You don't want to be caught in that, so you're going to play back. Once again, their retake workout before they can do it again, but the Showstopper 2 gets 1.
Yep, it all does get 1, but it's a 1-for-1 as Orbital Strike once more. Gonna come through and slow down the retake here. A player still on site, however, and I don't know if BABYBAY's been noted just yet. Whippie crosses, BABYBAY now position known. But Whippie completely surrounded inside main. He's got a player standing basically on his head. Good in terms of the boba that floats around the map and the tapioca balls there. This is something that I wanted to mention too, right? We saw BABYBAY early run into the trap wires. Because you don't have the raise, you don't have the boombot to get rid of some of that Cypher utility, but the Trailblazer does that same job. So finds the first one, has not found the second one. However, dapr in a lot of trouble, tosses down the cage, pulls out the shorty, but stunned up, couldn't get a whole lot done. Meanwhile, Dicey falls on the opposite side of the map. It's a 1-for-1 trade out towards A, and a player dead for G2 out towards B, which put FaZe in a pretty good spot. And look at that plant, just a bit safer than the aftershock would allow. Rolling Thunder on the opposite side, though. ShahZaM wants to go quick. 2 players inside the tower, and the cross, it's just narrowly missed. And Oxy gonna try and run him down, but stunned up. Rossy says no. The cross from Arcade eventually is good. Oh, I don't know if he spotted something that made him give up on that, or if he just whipped the jump. However, or either way, it's still tough for Oxy.
Okay,
that's tough as well. dapr kind of getting his just desserts. We get another orbital strike. This one coming from Whippy, but it wasn't enough to stop the plant. So Spike's still down, FaZe still a player ahead, although the health isn't great on a few of them. And BABYBAY being one of them, he's still fragging out. 6 HP in a dream is the last one standing is Whippy. As the Incendiary has 2 smokes to play with, but a 1v4, the economy, it's not great. I would imagine wants to try and look to save, but BABYBAY on the hunt here. The rest of FaZe just behind him. A fault line at his feet. And Whippy, oh, unfortunately, there's
Gonna be a 45. There he goes.
Yeah, but great timing though, right? They hit that rolling thunder, sure, but a beautifully timed fault line coming from ShahZaM slows down that push immensely. At the end of the day, it is still a 1-for-1. The zappy fingers are on here. We'll see if BABYBAY can find something as he storms his way onto the site. Meanwhile, Dicey across the map, and the spike is headed this way.
He's trying to find something here. Only finds a camera already spotted. The one player, as everybody else for FaZe, is able to make that rotation. The early aggression, though, in this 45 seconds was so good.
10 seconds left.
For G2 to be able to react in time, and ShahZaM gets 4v3. That's even once again.
Even once more, Dicey tosses out the hat. We'll get 2 pings of information. So for now, G2 have to stay put. Don't want to reveal where they're headed just yet. Fault line's out. Still a trapwire on the site, but it shouldn't get any value. Soup on the backstab just makes it so easy. The cross set up perfectly.
Denying the Cypher to get any value over and over again.
30 seconds left.
And that stings.
Yeah.
That could be the nail in the coffin on the round here. Penny falls. Now the site hit out towards B, and I mean, just a spanner in the works. So much thrown into this round. Making it crazy here for Whippy and Oxy. Well, now just Oxy to try and find the win. Spike still needs to be planted, however. 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not too sure if Oxy knows it.
But it looks so clean for it, and G2 hasn't been able to react.
No, and well, the quick play doesn't stop there. They wanted to go aggressive out towards Dish, and well, aggressive they go. Rossy here to pick up the pieces, but Whippy immediately steals that kill back. So uneven odds here as Dicey gonna try his hand. We'll find the first. 70 HP is not a whole lot here in a 1v2. Flashes out. One of the ways that can get up there. Let me see if I can hop up with the Neon. He's not gonna go for a second chance. As Oxy going for his first on the site. We'll find that kill onto Dicey. Rossy's able to get one back, but G2 right here in the face and fighting forward as they end themselves a player ahead in a spike planet.
And it all happened so quickly, right? There was that position, that information immediately gets denied. Dicey the first one down. Now you have 3 players from the side of G2 position. Or at least a little bit of crossfire coming through. Supamen, and you stand a chance here. Is a good idea here. With the wall as well coming through.
A really good idea. Cut off the vision for the players inside main. Tap onto the spike though. Fragment will delay. Flash up and over the top. Nobody really home to fight as Penny falls. Now somebody's got to get on that spike. Looking away from the flashes. 3 stingers. Still a little bit one.
Powerless.
And it's good for now. Everybody here for the defense. Just about 4 players on this side of the map. And look at the kill feed. Whippy goes huge. Resurrection available for the robot. ShahZaM gonna hop onto it for just a second. Has to hop off, but it'll eventually fall. And dapr can't quite reel in the spray from this stinger, so he swaps weapons. A Vandal now in hand with 7 rounds left in the magazine, and he is all on his lonesome. Seekers are out. Trailblazer as well, so some extra information as dapr gets the reload. Dicey plays the high.
It's the other side for Dicey actually holding and pushing now with the rest of the team.
Smokes are down. Good 0 point. That's going to turn off Dicey's ability, so no trap wires to worry about. And the site's been taken. Okay, half the battle here for G2 as they get the spike planted, but now the chase, we'll see how potent, and they're ready for the players now. Playing around the map. Oh, it's Oxy, the first to fall. I thought he'd get the jump on BABYBAY. Unfortunately, not the case. And now, how much is there to worry about, right? Who's coming from spawn? Who's coming from these other angles? Dicey is the player from spawn. Headshot there. Information to confirmation once more. Flash up. And this should be the round. We'll see if G2 on is dapr gonna get spammed again. Aftershock behind. Out comes the orbital strike to try and delay. And unfortunately, doesn't think that's gonna be enough. Spike's halfway. And we have gone the distance here on
That map number 1. Is this the way that they take advantage, and they're able to hold it towards the end?
Well, it looks like they're still able to find ways to go quick. Barrier Orb, unfortunately, only allows for one avenue of approach as you pass 410 as Poised goes atop the 410 box, tries to find some pop shots, and unfortunately, they don't land the way that he was hoping, and we have 10 alive, Dryad, and the spike is planted.
It's gonna be pretty much the same scenario as we saw before. FaZe going for the utility, using that owl drone early on and getting that spike planted, playing for the post plant so well. Though G2 was able to answer back in time. Obviously good for 2. It seems like G2, they're in control for this one on Icebox. Rossy, Supamen, the only ones able to answer back.
Oh, Rossy just hoping and...
I'm gonna wait for a little bit longer. Of FaZe, they really like to play this second part of the round, those 45 seconds. That's when they go in, but they don't even have to wait for that BABYBAY getting that opening.
And 1 for 1 thus far. Good bulldog shots from Oxy. Rossy gonna try and get the spike planted once more. No util to deny here. Good shots again from Oxy, however. He'll back away to reload, tries to play the spam, and at the very least for FaZe, I mean, not a round 1 because you're forced into this one, but you're getting some extra credits. Snake bites go out. Poised looks to reposition, and he gets caught on his way out. Rossy stuck on the site. Superman has the high ground. Rossy still undetected, but unfortunately he's surrounded inside the tube. Getting into kitchen, however, and that'll be spotted.
One of the biggest benefits here for this Killjoy, and also having to play so far back, making sure that the KO is not going to stop that utility from coming through, and playing down as well. Dapper takes on Superman.
Poised gonna get one back though. The rifle to be picked up should they want it. Poised finds another. And the high tide makes this one a little bit harder to want to force through, right? You don't want to push through that. You're going to be slow. You don't know what's on the other side. Good backstab from Penny, however. The players through Snowman. No way. BABYBAY just walks through and takes the fight. As Rossy...
And he can do it, though.
Getting healed up here. When that Viper util was decayed for just a second. BABYBAY in a really rough spot in terms of HP. And that spike...
10 seconds left.
Not good. Rossy gonna pick that one up. No way. He sneaks away. BABYBAY with the hot. Confirm the information. Lockdown available. Look at this. Going up top. Clears out just about everything. wippie will be able to sneak away towards danger. There's not really anybody in position to help him out just yet. As the toxic screen goes up, they'll back all the way off the site. And now should be able to get this one planted. And look at this. No Sage, but the Cove is there to block some of that fire. No way. Spam through, though. Penny gonna die all the way out towards Snowman.
In using that smoke as pretty much a siege wall to protect themselves as that spike gets planted in the corner, though. But this is gonna be so risky. And Oxy just absolutely on fire with the paint shells. Takes on Poised.
Oxy really picking up where he left off in the last one. It's top frag for the squad. He's gonna go up top, the showstopper, but it gets absolutely nothing. Fortunately, dapr and wippie battle back for so much more than they could have hoped for. The snake bite goes out. wippie forced to fight forward, vulnerable.
Lost that fracture map. The FaZe is gonna end up going for this A.
Reckoning comes out via that old orb. Dicey will get that one online. Gonna try and force people out of the angles. They want to try and fight it, but all you have to do is dance away from the ultimate. That's exactly what Penny does as he looks for more. He now finds himself the only player planted here on the A site. So he'll escape, look to evade for now. Dapr on the high ground. Find the kill onto Poised. And Dapr also has the lockdown available here for the retake, but his teammates are starting to die behind him. Can they keep the lockdown protected? Out goes the Cascade. It'll cut off the sight lines, and look at the wrap. The shots go through. The lockdown dealt with, and BABYBAY just in the back line. wippie has nothing.
Before we didn't see it on fracture. And this is when things can get risky for this team, when they have to adapt, when they have to change their initial plan because of what G2 is bringing to them.
A recon bolt that landed inside kitchen. It allowed Supa to sneak all the way up and collect this kill. BABYBAY's been dealt with, however. Oxy, the player you mentioned, found that kill. And, I mean, you're running out of time, FaZe. You got to get something done, and Rossy's got to be the guy to do it. He's got the spike in tow. One kill.
The last 30 seconds to be the moment where FaZe has to do something new.
And it's actually Dapr who's doing something new. He was watching underneath tube, planted this util inside kitchen. Dicey, however, going to decapitate the operator, but Dapr's making sure that this is their round. FaZe took the timeout for G2. want to take round 7. Cove is up, but it's since been dealt with. Nanoswarm just on the other side is going to force the FaZe players deeper into the defender-sided spawn. We see Dicey take position out towards Snowman. Rossy still here on the site, and dapr still having a heyday. Healthy as can. Hey, Dryad, help my peanut brain reel this in. What's going on? Outside of BABYBAY dying out towards A. Outside of the site hit actually going that way, and the op falling in mid. Never mind. I'm going to ask this question here in a second, because once more FaZe have crept their way up onto the A side, and dapr in early lockdown. But you only have 30 seconds. You don't have a whole lot of time, and guess what? The operator's back. Nope, it was only momentarily. Unfortunately, no return on investment from the resurrection there as they work their way back towards B with 18 seconds on the clock. Somebody's got to make a move. They got to pull the trigger, and it's Penny. The ones G2 find their 6th, and Dryad, I'm going to go back to it here.
Confident, really having the game plan that goes from beginning to end for this read to work out. I mean, Oxy is just here by himself, and the operator's not going to get stopped anytime soon.
No, and they're just going to try and challenge it, putting their bodies on the line, and FaZe will be punished for it. Last round, it was stingers, it was sticks and stones. They had some slingshots, and they almost made it work. This time, they put rifles in their hands. I mean, Oxy's cut him down with the frenzy.
That delay that we've seen where FaZe only has 10 seconds remaining, can do anything, cannot get that spike planted, cannot get comfortable ever.
Yeah, I did think that the majority of their success came from hitting this B site. So we get another lockdown. This is, I believe, 3rd on the half for Poised. And it'll force everybody off. No way to deal with that one, unfortunately. ShahZaM still with the operator in hand. Meanwhile, Oxy has since swapped over. Okay, the Nano Swarm, the snake bites, and wippie eventually able to collect the kill. Assist there courtesy of dapr. High Tide to try and slow things down, and that one just going to be tossed on out, but it doesn't cut off the high sight lines there. Oxy still sees everything. Can't use the utility, however. And now that cascade will help cut off some of those sight lines. BABYBAY falls. I'm not sure how that happened, but Rez is there. Now the fight's taken forward. The wall is up, and the bodies are starting to drop, and they can just stick to the fuse. It doesn't matter. This one's over. G2 will fight it on it. Only one rotated over Dryad.
And I like this idea, right, for a G2. The pistol rounds that we've seen from them so far have involved a lot of aggression with everybody involved. But now for G2, they keep 2 of the players towards the B side, trying to get a pick. Then they go back for that rotation. They have that A side all for them to get that spike planted, play this postal, and this should work out so much better for them than it did for FaZe.
Yeah, plant stalled for just a moment. Flash and recon bolt going to be used to try and keep the defense at bay. BABYBAY, the only one who has any semblance of high ground for now. Supamen able to even the odds. ShahZaM, a beautiful flick to take down the robot. He'll head back to the factory as ShahZaM does it again. dapr, I mean, he gets a kill off the site with the nano swarm. And there's just so much.
The shield gets broken.
Oh my goodness, okay, they wait behind the poison orb. Unfortunately, they're only good for one. The surprise play, well, it worked onto Penny, so they won't have the wall here, but other than that, maybe biting off a bit more than they could chew. Not expected to run into 5 out towards B. Long pushing through though. Rossy and BABYBAY trying to bring matters into their own hands. Rossy, util available. Shock darts out, and the swarm grenade will force him all the way to the left, but the kills are still being traded. dapr getting crazy through his nano swarm, and he'll be allotted just enough time to get that spike planted. The turret gives away the info, and dicey here on the game. Full stingers once more. Round 15 could really go either way. Oxy gonna get tagged by the drone. Nano swarm to try and buy some time. Lockdown already available for dapr, and that's gonna force everybody off the side, but I don't know if BABYBAY is gonna make it. No shot in the back. Penny happy to take down BABYBAY early in this round with everybody off the site. The spike's been planted, and there's only 4 alive here for FaZe to retake.
This is what Penny has been doing over and over again, right? Catching this out of FaZe off guard in situations like this one where they're trying to escape. You're not watching your back, and that's when he's able to strike and take you down. So FaZe trying to fight back. It's a 3v4. G2, they would like to get away with this round. Superman.
I think they just might. I think they just might. Dicey left all on his lonesome. This time, though, it's not a 1v1. It's a 1v4. One falls. The next one up is going to be ShahZaM.
What can FaZe do anymore?
And that was so clean. Oxy stands, Oxy believers now have a map that they can look at and say, this guy really is him. He needs one more for the 4K. He'll be robbed of that, but Supa now needs to find the ace, and he's off to a good start here. Still healthy. Light shields, unfortunately, but 2 snake bites. An ultimate to play with as the attackers turned defenders of G2. Now to play this one slow. Supa needs to push forward, but with G2 and FaZe to close out, well, to give the lead early, I should say, to somebody in Group A. The dash quick onto the site. That's BABYBAY to take it. And once more, G2 starts their defense. A bit slower, a bit more passive, and FaZe on their front foot once more. BABYBAY, though, deep inside the smoke. Oxy will eventually get punished as Penny gets one back. Smokes back sight and a flash just on the outside of it as a frenzy spam comes through and the bodies start to fall. They're falling in favor of G2. Now Supa has to try and hold on. He's got 1 smoke to play with, but 2 players to worry about. And he's only got a classic as Penny hops off the spike. My head is still spinning. My head is still spinning. We've got with singular flashes, right? You'd usually think maybe you see the Omen here for that paranoia, but no, Whippy playing the Astra comfortable there. Meanwhile, comfortability is the name of the game for FaZe when they have stingers in their hands. So G2 say, hey, we are happy to take those off your hands for you. Dicey again finds himself,
especially towards mid, especially after losing Rossy.
Not the best position for the lockdown, could be compromised, but nobody here to challenge and no way to deal with that one, so it will be forced off the line. Oxy, however,
30 seconds
gonna walk aggressively. This operator about to turn shotgun. We'll see if Poise wins out the duel. And shots through the wall. The first one lands to the head, the next one to the body, and as the smokes dissipate, it's BABYBAY, the next to fall. The spike has been planted, however, and FaZe now look to play defense. As Dicey has 1 nanoswarm to work with. Paranoia goes out. It'll turn off the lights for 2. ShahZaM gonna return to favor with the flash, confirm some information, and dapr's got himself 4 kills.
The momentum from the last map, a map that looked really solid for this squad. So just a little bit more of the same that they have to incorporate. And once again, the B hit.
Another B hit. Penny was trying to deny the plants. Unfortunately, couldn't. Quick tap onto the spike will buy some of that utility out. Fault line gone, and the nano swarm dealt with. Flash into Bunny gets nothing. Rolling Thunder comes through, and BABYBAY decapitates 1. It's his counterpart in Oxy. That's the operator down. FaZe still a player ahead. Only working with stingers, though, and the penetration from the Vandal is just a bit better. The long-range battle goes the way of Poise. BABYBAY still cutting down the defense, and Penny just gonna try and
show them they have an operator towards this A side. They're able to get the flashes, the support of ShahZaM. It just so
re-peeking it there with the operator. And once more, FaZe on try and hit this site, but we know ShahZaM, an op player himself, slows things down with that kill onto Poise. Now flashes off the table. I believe the paranoia also used, so Supa won't have that. And dapr once more. Arms wide open here. More players can fit on the door. dapr, well, gonna be the only one for now as Rose looks to hold down the site. Lower in HP. Defenders rotating. I mean, not a whole lot of commotion given what we see here in the X-ray. There's players on. The spike's getting planted and everything's been let go by the wayside as Rossy battles back for one of his own. Make it 2, and ShahZaM now with the operator has to try and find his way back into this round. A flash available in just a few seconds.
Noxy, in the meantime, is going to take advantage of this. Going to push forward.
The eyes are down. My ultimate is ready.
Only dapr spotted. Yeah, I was wondering how much more Dicey was expecting, and he was expecting a whole lot more, unfortunately. Doesn't win the duel, though. The knives, a bit better than the Vandal there in that. As 4 still stand, and they're looking to crunch here from mid and from the spawn. ShahZaM up close and personal. No util to work with, unfortunately. Oxy, I mean, this was the round, right? Stingers and blades. This put FaZe on the board. We'll see if this will put G2 back in the win column as BABYBAY goes through the cloud burst with 30 HPs, running right into the neon, unfortunately. The no-scope does no way to deal with that ultimate for G2. Unless you're going to run and sacrifice your body, right, and try and fight for that, you have to just back away and concede the site, and that's exactly what happens. We'll see if there's anything that'll deal with dapr up top in heaven. This flash is going to buy some extra time as the smokes go out. Walking right on into the wire. BABYBAY will look to go up and over the top of the other one, but the site's been taken. Shock darts go out, and it will clear dapr for now. Cam, though, for information, and Supa needs to be careful on his way out.
It would have been cool to see the shock dart hitting at the same time as that lockdown, but not really the case. So dapr still in that position towards heaven, having to play the 5v5. A little bit of damage already taken from G2 as he played those crossfires so perfectly. Penny good for 2 before getting taken down.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
And now down to the 1v1. Poised. Walk your way into short. Beat the operator on the angle. Now G2 want to fight back for this one. Look at that. The slide is good. The shot's even better. And Penny and ShahZaM not only pick up 2 kills, but they'll find themselves that operator. The neural theft comes out. Some extra information garnered. Player run down. That being Poised. Dicey good to battle back out of this one is ShahZaM. Now the last one standing. We get a run back here. Initiator versus Initiator. This time it's Rossy on the side of FaZe. And that spike is not in his possession. Getting close to the Rolling Thunder. We'll see where their final destination is here as BABYBAY going deep into the spawn.
In the big round that we saw for FaZe on that B side was actually BABYBAY having that ultimate to come through and able to deliver the kills. As I say that though, everybody is shot down by wippie on C. BABYBAY, you make a change. Can you make it for A?
And it's crazy. Like, this is where the confidence is now for FaZe. Round after round, they can't hit this A site because ShahZaM is here and he's been playing insane. There's also the operator, and although Oxy only has 3 kills, you still have to give respect to that op.
Yeah.
But now that they have 4 ults, they finally get the confidence to say, hey, we can find ways to deal with this. That shot goes wide, a little bit of movement. Oxy getting some fancy feet here, but picks up the next one as well. And this is why you have to be afraid of this A site as a lockdown. Now in place, Oxy to back away from it all, but G2 in a great spot here in the last round of the half.
Gonna go for the last chance here. 2 players alive though for FaZe. Dicey, Poised. It's all in their hands, and Oxy goes down. You had to wait for the lockdown though. And a Rolling Thunder will be coming through. They have to push.
They do, because there's players hot on their heels.
With 2 players on the other side.
A very passive approach. Now they peek to try and find some damage. That's exactly what they'll find. BABYBAY, however, on the receiving end of quite a bit of that damage. Will try again with the frenzy. Unfortunately, the shots just aren't landing. Wippie, I mean, just having a heyday from defense on C to now attacking on A. It's multi-kills for the Astra. With the spike planted, another player to fall. FaZe still in an awkward spot. Rossy and Supa gonna try their hand at it. However, it's Supa! Let's get momentum back. How about having somebody go absolutely huge, 1v3ing, and then a start like this for BABYBAY? That's everything that FaZe need here to get back into this.
You break that. That's the 100% pistol round win rate they had from G2. So it's just taking it round by round, right? The step-by-step scenarios for FaZe to be able to get something going on here. And BABYBAY playing far out, but Rossy's doing it as well. Trying to shut down any.
And no, not close at all.
30 seconds left.
I mean, the duelist initiator, right? You can sell this. You have 2 duelists. You can still take space over towards the C sites. And I mean, this round is free. It's a free plant for G2.
And when you look at the wires that dapr had set up, it was to go for the C hit, right? But they were still extremely careful of the operator, of one of the players pushing forward from FaZe. But that was the plan, and they were going to commit to this plan all the way until the end, especially when they keep playing this 5v5 and this full retake coming through.
And G2 just ready for it all. Player out towards grass to deal with Supa. Oxy now on the backstab. Spots 2, takes down 1. There's a second. And everybody getting cut down. Rossy. It's a very, very tall hill to climb to try and win this round. Not only in way of bodies that he has to deal with, but that clock is ticking. And damage is going to be name of the game. And you mentioned it at the start of the round, Dryad. This was an important one for FaZe to win because G2 had the rifles in their hand. It was their first full buy here in. And the weight on BABYBAY's shoulders here in this round with the blades. Turret dealt with. Stars are down. And that spike slowly but surely working its way up towards the C site. G2 making the call that nobody's here. And now they'll look to set up once more in the post plant, but look at where they're headed. Dryad all the way through their own spawn. They don't want to play around the map at all, and G2 are set up so perfectly to play around the map.
And dapr could find one here. So patient as well. Yeah, he's able to find one. Here's a little bit of noise, and Rossy there for the 180 as well. Poise going down. And Superman, last one alive. The stingers can be enough, but the time slowly running out for this defuse. I don't think they're gonna fall for it. Nice from each one of them in time. Make sure that Poise doesn't get taken down early. Or a pick that would be dangerous. Like this one, dapr now a little more aggressive, gets two BABYBAY and Rossy down. And this is not something that they were expecting.
And what is that based? Okay, that got awkward. I think Penny spotted him, and okay, Dicey trying to help FaZe get back into this one. Matches the firepower of dapr in finding two. We'll take care of the Trailblazer. See if he's able to get out of this position. It's not the best one to be in. Stuck back sight. No smokes to get him out of here. The flashes, the fault line, the stuns. Poised is on the other side of the map, unfortunately, but Dicey's still fragging out. This is what this guy is known for. Doesn't need the chamber only. He'll do it here on the Killjoy. With 4 kills on the round, ShahZaM left to try and pick up the pieces. And with that, FaZe gonna play their numbers advantage. 2 players here on the C side.
Dicey looking so clean, especially playing so far back, right? All the way backside on C and able to get those duels.
Flash is available here for ShahZaM. Spike planted just outside default. Should be spotted if anybody walks up to it. Dicey on the swing. Dicey's gonna fall. Find another headshot here for the Jet as he stays postured aggressively. And the 4 remaining for G2 are just on the other side. A barrel was spotted. The dash is online. The 2 players swing, and it's Oxy. They finally cut them down. Hunter Shuri comes through, and Rossy gonna have to give up on this one. Not before finding a kill, though. The relay bolt won't quite find the concussive they were hoping for, but the duel is here in full effect. And the zaps are online. Penny healthy as he wants to go aggressive. Shrouded step to cross out in a link in the lockdown. We'll slow this push for now. FaZe backs against the wall, though, here, Dryad.
3v2 running away, but that is not going to affect G2 too much if they have to go towards the C side. We've seen it from them over and over again. A fast lane potentially take this entry to be a little bit safer for Oxy. And yeah, nobody to be seen. It's on the other side.
Look how split they are, Dryad. Yeah. I mean, it's 2 3v1s, essentially, for FaZe as they look to meet up inside garage. Oxy holds close on the angle, quickly deals a Supa, and now Dicey was so good in the last round, but he has to try and do it again, and he's got his knife out on the site. G2 do it. They go back from the depths